So we continue our introspection. You felt the import of the universal presence as it flowed through the reading and the prayer of Reverend Arlene Hilton. You felt the deep mystical silence as embodied by Reverend Coco for a moment. But what's important about all of that is you participating in your own unfolding, your own evolution, your own insights, and your own revelations. You having an insight into your glorious nature, and I use the word glorious on purpose. Oftentimes, you may not think of yourself as glorious. You may oftentimes identify yourself based on the interpretation of past experiences. You may be identifying yourself as to what you think other people are thinking about you. You may be identifying yourself based on what you might perceive as mistakes that you may have made, what you might say were poor decisions or choices that you did in your life experience. You may see yourself through a haze and a maze of misinterpretations that have led you to a misidentification as to who you are. That's an identity crisis. A crisis of misidentification. So when I say you're becoming aware of your glorious nature, I'm talking about the real, authentic you. The you that has emerged from the eternal, the timeless, the sublime, the intelligence, the beauty of the cosmos, even before the cosmos, the beauty of the divine energy that's conscious of itself, that is oftentimes called God. You've emerged from that. And so you sit in meditation to move from the sympathetic system to the parasympathetic system, to move from your misidentification and its personality constructs that have you living in fight or flight, worry about things that may never happen, projecting worst-case scenarios into the future, sympathetic vibration of fear and doubt and worry and judgment, deep self-judgment as well. So the moment you begin to sit down and practice your meditation, the moment you sit, become conscious of your breath, straighten up your spine, you begin to slowly move from the sympathetic system to the parasympathetic system. There is an inner relaxation. You move from the beta frequencies to a more of an alpha state, sometimes theta, sometimes delta conscious. But you begin to change the chemicals in your body. Immune system becomes more coherent around proper functioning. The hemispheres of the brain, it begin to no longer avoid each other, but to come in a level of synchronicity. That's just on the physical level of manifestation. And then on the evolutionary aspect of manifestation, your life experience begins to change as you keep coming back to more and more coherence around right here, right now, all is well. Now, the surface mind may be looking for all the things to be worried about and sending a signal out into the universal quantum field of worry, doubt, fear, anxiety, anxiousness. You know what's interesting about that? You may think about somebody that perhaps, maybe on the personality level, you may not like that person. Or whenever you think about that person or see that person, there's a complaint that emerges in your mind about them. And what begins to happen, your body temple starts to crave the chemicals that are produced by that perception. You start to feel good because you feel bad. The body starts to run the show. And let's say you're on your way to some place and you know that person's going to be there. You haven't seen them in a while. Your body's craving the toxic chemicals. So as soon as you see them, you forward the energy and project it onto the screen of them. The body gets its rush of toxic chemicals. You feel momentarily fulfilled, and you never even saw the person. You just saw your perception of the person based on previous experience with them. Your body is feeding itself on the addiction of that particular energy, and you have not changed. You've just stayed the same in your present personality, but you have a complaint and you have a reason to feel bad. It's their fault. You may not have seen that person for a long time. They may have changed. You may have had a misinterpretation of the experience that you had in the past with them. But the body's saying, "Whew, you fed my addiction of that chemical." What we want to begin to do is begin to understand that right here, right now, is all of the power and presence and love, intelligence and beauty, harmonizing prosperity. It's right here. We want to begin to allow ourselves to become still, so we're able to relax into that awareness and have an insight into our real nature and being, so that tonic chemicals begin to be produced in the body temple. And we actually have a feeling tone of, this is going to be a great day. I have no physical evidence as to why this is going to be a great day. Based on past experience, I don't have any evidence, but I have a feeling tone. I'm going to split hairs for just a moment. Oftentimes we use emotions and feelings synonymously, and it's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But over the years in my development, I've always split the two, so that emotions are the condensation of previously held opinions, points of view, perceptions that have energy behind it. So it's an energy in motion, it's an emotion. But a feeling tone is a connection to the presence of good. I feel good, like you know that I should now. It's a feeling tone of the presence. So after a while, you start to have these feeling tones of connection. And for no reason at all, you just feel, this is going to be a good day. It's already a good day. And then what happens? You forward that energy into the field of universal intelligence. It's a signal. That then you begin to see your signal being responded to by universal law, and you have a magnificent day. And check this out. You have a magnificent day even if in the physical things don't go the way you want them. Woo! That's spiritual liberation. That's spiritual liberation. You walk someplace and something didn't go the way you planned it. There's that person that you thought you didn't like. Something didn't quite go off the way you thought your mind said it should, but it's not disturbing the spiritual homeostasis in your body temple, your mental body, your emotional body, your astral body, your subtle bodies, because there's no more misidentification. You are the light that lights up every being that comes to the planet, the same light that was revealed itself. And all of the spiritual beings that have been enlightened, that have walked the planet, who had an avatar of their particular spiritual being in and as a body temple, that's freedom. You're sitting to be free, not just to manipulate and have the external world the way you want it to be, but to be free inside, spacious and free. So that the signal that is going out from you is, life is magnificent. All of my needs are met. Everything is working together for my good. I am safe and secure in the spiritual arms of the presence of the living one. And then the coagulated thought forms that have condensed themselves into conditions, circumstances, situations, begin to change. Your life experience changes. The condensation that's created conditions and circumstances and situations, that begins to change too. Mm, mm. I'll say one more thing, then we're going to sit. You've heard the Hermetic statement, as within, so without. Now, we have telescopes now that send us way into the cosmos, and we see that the multidimensional universe is expanding. We have microscopes that go way into the infinitesimal aspect of an atom, beyond the atom and the electrons, into a space where there is nothing there but energy and information. As within you, in the micro. As in the micro is in the macro. As within, so without. So many people in the physical world are looking way out there for it's already right here. And if you can stop and turn your attention inward, you will bump into God. Woo! As you contemplate that. We continue our spiritual sitting with a divine intentionality to wake up to our glorious nature. There's that word glorious. The glory of the living one is our very being. And so we have an intention to wake up. Our attention is embracing the vibration of that intention. We're coming out of the hypnotic spell of IDD, intention deficit disorder. And we're aware that the body temple is breathing. There's our breath. It's present with us. That breath is not in the future. That breath is right here, right now. And we start to stack our awareness with perceptual models of intelligence. Our attentiveness is on the breath. Our attentiveness is on the awareness that we are aware and that there is an eternal broadcast streaming, the original love stream from pure intelligence itself, saying, let there be light and love and beauty. It's a broadcast, and we become pure listening. We not only listen, we are listening. We are listening itself. We hear the eternal broadcast saying, I love you. I am love. You are love. We stack upon that awareness that this is the very first time we've ever sat in the art and science of meditation. Though physically in our history we may have sat many times, this time, this moment, this is our first time. Beginner's mind. Be ye as a child. Sit. Stillness, silence, sacred solitude. Another moment, pure stillness, silence, sacred solitude. Let us take a nice pure inhalation. Release with a sigh of ah, ah. And with our consciousness becoming aware that our heart space is expanding and there's a radiance of light from the depth of our being. We are spiritually radioactive, emanating the love, the intelligence, the beauty from the very depth of our being. Everywhere we go throughout the entire planet and throughout the universe and the cosmos, we're becoming aware that we're at the very center of the multidimensional universe, because the center is everywhere and the circumference is nowhere. And being a center and feeling so at home in the living one, in the presence, divine energy that's conscious of itself, the I am presence within us gives us the authority to rise up in gratitude right now, to rise up in thanksgiving and dynamic appreciation that we exist at all. And in this consciousness of gratitude and dynamic thanksgiving and full on and full spectrum appreciation, the prayerful word is spoken, naming this magnificent moment of sweet release, spiritual liberation, freedom, intrinsic freedom being activated right now. Oh, we're out of the matrix of time and space and fear and doubt and worry and all that would seek to snatch our awareness into the lower frequencies of life. No, we're free. And the word is spoken for each and every one of us with the full awareness that there is only one of us here. Reflecting, of course, in the myriad expressions of infinite potential, but only one presence. I speak the word for each of us that divine and perfect health reigns supreme. Dynamic well-being, mental, emotional, physical, financial, Our relations are shot through with eternity. Everything is working together for our good. We feel it in our bones. I speak the word for each and every one of us, that we may be free today and fly in the realm of pure joy, bliss, and ecstasy, unafraid of living in the sweetness of the unknown to our limited personality, where all that good is. It's all happening now as we embrace a greater version of ourselves, hid with Christ in God within us, hid in the Buddha mind within us, hid within pure mystical awareness of our real nature and being. And it is all happening right now. Now, just think for a moment as you're sitting wherever you're sitting, whatever continent your body temple may be on right now. There are thousands of people sitting with you right now. How many angels can fit on the tip of a pin? The multitudes are all in the same room right now. We're all together right now. All across the globe, we're right now in this infinite. We're right now, that's how many? Infinite. We're right now all together. Vibrating in the spirit of the Most High. We've just changed the world because of our change. It's happening now. Therefore, we can say unequivocally, and so it is. Now, so be it. We open our eyes. We say to ourselves, now, so be it. Be the frequency that you want to experience in life. Amen. We thank all of you participating in the way of meditation service, our first service of the day here at Agape International Spiritual Center. We thank all of you from all around the globe, and your soul is thanking you for participating and coming into a state of coherence, that this day may be a day beyond compare with such goodness and light. This is your opportunity to go into a level of practice around permanent prosperity. Permanent prosperity occurs when you live as a giver. You live asking the question, how can I contribute today? How can I give today? How can I share today? How can I be of service today? Those are the questions that enlightened beings ask. And as Kahlil Gibran reminds us, the hands of the givers are never empty. The universal presence through law always fulfills and fills full those hands with more and more to give. So this moment we're asking you to share with this spiritual community known as Agape International. Just finished celebrating its 37th anniversary, and now we're in our 38th year. And so we want you to be a participant in the stabilization and the ongoingness of this community and its ministries, programs, projects, staff, equipment, buildings, all that is necessary for the fulfillment of the spiritual idea of Agape International. We turn within for just a brief second and we give thanks for what we are inwardly prompted to give today, direct from the Spirit of the Most High within us, transcending ego perception of worry and fear. We yield to what wants to be given through us today, as this gift is a blessing to this community and individuals we may never meet, but we meet in this spirit. We're paying it forward, so to speak, for there were many, many people over the last 37 years that have given that individuals may be here today. We participate in that wave of good, the ocean of devotion, and so it is. Amen. So as you prepare to give today, you may first of all take out your smartphone. You may take the camera portion of that and shine it in the direction of the QR code that's right now on your screen. QR today means quick response. You're going to respond very quickly. Your phone will, that is, and take you into the portal of Agape International. There, you'll be inwardly prompted to choose how much you're willing to give today, to share, to shine. The ego may say, I'll do it later, or I'm not quite ready to give anything. Your spirit is saying, oh, yes, you are. It doesn't matter the amount. Just start your giving process to be a giver. Just start it. $5, $10. Many of you give way over than that, and for that we're extremely grateful. Start your process of being a giver. If you'd like to text the word give to 424, yes, 424-321-6243. It takes you into the same portal. It just abates the craving for texting. And when you do text, put the word cover after your gift, and it covers the cost of that particular technology, which is $1 or $2, depending on how much you give. Now, if you would like to go directly to the website of Agape, go to agapelive.com. There, you see the donation panel. You choose the amount and you check out as if you're purchasing something. You're just purchasing a peace of mind that you have more than enough. If you like to buy a mala or the book of the month or any other wonderful things in Alice's Quiet Mind bookstore, you can do that as well. agapelive.com. If you want to mail in, that for some reason that brings me a little bit of joy. I'll go into the office. Matter of fact, I'll be going there right after this, go upstairs and meditate for the next service. And there'll be some mail that's coming over the weekend. A lot of times that mail has donations and offerings, testimonies of healings and things of that particular nature. And so if you'd like to mail it in, 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. Checks and money orders are made out to Agape International. 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, California, 90211, USA. Because many of you are watching from all around the globe. Put USA there. Now, all of this is on your screen. The QR code is going to come back up. There'll be a rotation about other ways you can give. But don't hesitate. Become a great giver right now. Now, there's a couple of announcements that are about to be given, so you know what's happening at Agape besides the services. Don't let this distract you from being a giver. As Pat Finn comes forward and highlights some of those wonderful things.
We have a few highlights for you today that you can also see on our website, agapelive.com. Are your 2024 resolutions getting off to a rocky start? Then you just might have what the Reverend just referred to in meditation is IDD, Intention Deficit Disorder. What is that, and how can you take back your mind? By listening to this week's Take Back Your Mind podcast, where Reverend Michael offers his teachings and tips on the intention settings, an important tool that practices create for a life of joy, love, purpose, and abundance for 2024 and beyond. Plus, the Rev will answer your life question of the week and guide you in meditation. Listen, if you're somebody who listens to podcasts and you're watching this service right now, then you really do want to check out this podcast. Take Back Your Mind with Michael B. Beckwith on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember to subscribe, to follow or receive alerts when new shows drop every Wednesday. Reverend Michael says, pain pushes until vision pulls. Well, he teaches what feels like discomfort is often the universe's way of grabbing your attention and inviting you to slow down so that you can hear more clearly. When was the last time you had a sit down with the universe, with spirit, with your higher self? Now is the time, because Agape University presents our next class, Life Visioning. Join Reverend Coco Stewart for this 5-week online class beginning January 23rd. If you've participated in Reverend Michael's gift to the community, Vision Your Superpower, then you're ready to deepen and go deeper and deeper into the practices, principles, and teachings that make that vision a reality in your world. The class is for you, whether you're familiar with the life visioning process or you perhaps are new to the practice. Take advantage of this opportunity to learn and make the vision manifest by making it welcome through direct experiential practice. 5 Tuesdays beginning January 23rd, live on Zoom. And if you can't make the live class, recordings will be sent. The class is a prerequisite for practitioner studies. Go to agapelive.com and register today. For meditation today, the music you were listening to is from Soak Sound, Frequency Therapy, the clinically proven healing protocol that pairs positive affirmations with specific sound frequencies, up to 30 frequencies to choose from, to provide energetic and cellular alignment. Soak has a magnificent new immersion program featuring Reverend Michael, Limitless Living, 21 days of being immersed in teachings and practices by Reverend Michael. You know you're interested in this, so please go to soak.com, SOAAK.com. Use the code AGAPE50 and receive a 7-day free trial and 50% off all the frequencies for the life of the subscription. Sign up today to soak, I'll say it the right way, sign up today to soak up Reverend Michael's new immersion program, Limitless Living, and get your soak on. All right, today the Agape Wise One invite the 50-plus community to Zoom with the Agape Wise One gathering at 2 o'clock. Celebrate with these savvy elders to share deeper spiritual love while connecting as a divine radiance. Go to agapelive.com and click on Agape Wise One's banner to register. And on the other end of the spectrum, Odyssey Agape's Young Adults Ministry, for those ages 20 to 35, invites you to join them this Friday for the Burning Bowl Cleansing Ceremony at 7 o'clock. Click on the banner and on the website to join in person or online, and contact Reverend Arlene Hilton at reverendarlene@agapelive.com with any questions. Peace and blessings, everyone.
Thank you, Brother Pat Finn. And thank all of you for your generosity right now. Now, we ended the year 2023. Many of you gave tremendous gifts. You participated in the celebration of the 37th anniversary, and many of you gave year-end gifts to close out the year so that your step-uncle Sam, sometimes I have to say step-uncle because sometimes they do things that are very weird. You know what I mean? It's not, I have to always opt out of some of the choices the government makes in terms of bombing and putting so much money into the Pentagon and things of that particular nature when structures of the world, of our society needs to be built up. But that's a whole other thing. You ended the year giving well. I want to appreciate that. But however, make sure you start off the year as a giver. Develop those muscles so that giving becomes a part of your regular living. Giving becomes a part of your regular living so that permanent prosperity and abundance flows because you live in the consciousness of all of my needs are met, therefore I can be a giver. We turn within and we give something right now. We give thanks. We give thanks that we're breathing. We give thanks that our heart is beating. We give thanks that on the subconscious level, there's so many activities going on in the body temple that we don't consciously participate in. Thank God we didn't have to do an affirmation to get our heart beating. It was already there for us. We want to now make our prosperity subconscious as well. So we become like the lilies of the field, spinning and toiling not. Our need is always met on a subconscious level because of the spiritual practices that we participate in. We bless this spiritual center known as Agape. It has all of its needs met through each and every one of us, directly funded by the power and the presence and the love of God. And it's happening now, and so it is. Amen. Peace and blessings, everyone. Let's rise for a moment. If you were here last week, you heard in person at the last service our beloved friend and member of Agape, Charles Holt, sang, I release and I let go. He sang that last week. This is the voice on I Forgive Me, the song written by myself and Tim McAfee Lewis.
I'm tired of the guilt that brings me pain. Now is the time for me to let go of the shame. The past behind me, I see anew. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change.
We just feel into a deep sense of self-forgiveness.
I forgive.
We forgive ourselves for how we may have projected our
I
own
forgive
masquerading inadequacies onto other people.
everything that
We forgive ourselves for any resentment and animosities we might have held on
I
to.
let go.
We forgive ourselves for any misidentification that we may have had about ourselves.
I
And we forgive everyone else so that we can be free. We're ready for a great change, not just our life going through changes, but a great change, a great transformation. We're ready for our change. We stand in this awareness with the great awareness that life is for us. And if life is for us, there can be nothing against us. For there is nothing outside of the infinite. For this, we fly into the realm of ever-increasing magnificence and allow it to be so as our life. And so it is. Amen. Peace and radical blessings. Many of you, we will see you at 8:30 a.m. for our meditation service and 9 o'clock a.m. This is Pacific time, of course, for our worship celebration and fellowship service. Some of you will see you at 11 a.m. Pacific time for meditation and 11:30 a.m. for worship, celebration, fellowship service. As a matter of fact, if you are in the Los Angeles area, come on up to Agape. Be right here in the sanctuary and celebrate with us. Have a beautiful day. You not only deserve it, but you might as well intend it. Peace.